Happy Halloween, 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 happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
And welcome to this week's episode of the Movie Dumb Podcast. I'm Ben.
I'm the spookiest Scott ever.
I'm a relatively unscary Nick.
Relatively mild-mannered Nick. And this week we watched, I'm just going to call it Season of the Witch, because I refuse to label this as a Halloween movie.
No one knows what.
Well, it said Halloween on the title, so it's an easy mistake to make.
Yeah, this was the third installment in the Halloween franchise, which a lot of people, actually, I think every single person who's ever seen this movie has kind of a gripe about that, because it has nothing to do with the Micheal Myers storyline or any other character in the Halloween franchise.
Pretty independent.
Yeah, and I'm just going to... the reasoning why I was looking at this, I guess John Carpenter wanted to... since Mike Myers died at the end of the second film...
Like you do.
Yeah. So the main bad guy dies at the end of the second film.
Like he does.
He wanted to carry on the franchise, but as each story being an independent story. So each year they would come out with a new Halloween movie,
like you do,
that was independent from itself, kind of like a Tales of the Crypt, I guess.
No.
I don't think Tales of the Crypt. I think you were going on a good thing until you're like,
no, like the Tales of the Crypts were like different. They were.
I kind of see the point.
Or a Tyler Perry presents
Medea in a different scenario. Oh, when Medea died in the last one, we just made another fat person.
Yeah,
there's plenty of fat people. We can just call them any of them.
I like the Final Fantasy analogy, where it's just 1 year later and it's a completely different story, but it's still called Final Fantasy and there's chocobos in it.
I never understood why it was called Final Fantasy when the series keeps going on and on and on, and then they redo like old things. And then
interestingly enough, I know why they called it Final Fantasy.
Why?
Going way off topic here, but when
we're starting early.
Yeah, when Squaresoft made the game, I think it was Squaresoft that made it. They were like, now it's Squeenix or Square Enix. They were like going bankrupt. This was going to be their final game that they made because they just had no money, so they called it the Final Fantasy.
And they hit jackpot.
Then they hit jackpot. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. The more you know.
We'll just keep making these then.
All right.
Well,
besides, didn't know anything and didn't learn anything from this podcast at all. Just
well, unlike Final Fantasy, this movie did not work out very well. And they decided to bring back Mike Myers in the fourth one,
like you do.
Yeah, like you do. Yeah, and then just carried on Halloween with the Mike Myers storyline. But this one definitely is independent from itself, and I'm just going to refer to it as Season of the Witch and not a Halloween 3 film from now on in this podcast.
SOW.
Yeah, this is SOW. Why? All right, so Scott, why don't you go ahead, read off the synopsis of this film
in spooky vision,
in spooky
audio vision. Because this is the Halloween podcast of spookiness, where ghosts and goblins accompany me as I read off the terrifying synopsis from 1982 or 1980. Boo! A large Halloween mask-making company has plans to kill millions of American children with something sinister hidden in Halloween masks. Woo! Ghosts and goblins. Woo!
That is a pretty sinister plan.
And a Frankenstein.
There wasn't a stinking Frankenstein.
Yeah, there was no Frankenstein.
There was a pumpkin, there was a jack-o'-lantern, there was a skeleton, and a witch. Those are the three masks that they made. I mean, come on.
All pretty stupid.
Oh, yeah, all pretty stupid. But back in the 80s...
And a ghost of Micheal Myers past.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Micheal Myers wasn't in it.
No, actually, a correction. He
wasn't there.
There was a
about
couple.
3 seconds.
There was a couple of tie-ins.
And Jamie Lee Curtis.
And it almost seemed like they kind of went back and like, you know what, we need to add this in here.
Scary movies that advertise their prequel. I'm sorry. Just get in that zone.
It's not scary anymore, Scott.
No, it's not
scary.
It's not
Not even a little terrifying.
No, not at all.
Not even when it's
Happy Halloween, Halloween,
be hearing that a lot during this podcast.
Oh man,
that was throughout this entire movie.
Yes.
Yep.
Just in case you forgot how many days it was until Halloween.
May not entirely be accurate via podcast, but hey,
it works.
It works. It's fine.
But they actually did throw in. I don't know if it's clever or not, or just lazy. They did throw in some footage from the Halloween movies as an actual movie being played on TV. Yeah. So again, it just takes the whole. It doesn't even stay in the same storyline. It's this movie is Halloween is a movie.
Didn't they do that with another franchise? Yeah, they did that with Wes Craven's New Nightmare, sort of like.
Yeah,
it's like, there was the Freddy Krueger movies, but oh my God, he's real.
And then they did that recently with Human Centipede, with the second Human Centipede.
Yeah.
So
and Schindler's List.
Sure.
Yep.
That really happened.
And the second X-Men movie, actually, too.
Okay, you guys are going way off.
Back to its roots.
It's scary and terrifying with vampires.
Because that's what it's scary when it becomes real.
Yeah.
Real. Yeah.
Real.
When it becomes real.
When it's coming at you.
Let's just do an entire podcast like, when it became real. Hear me good.
Goosebumps. So the beginning of this movie started off really cheesy, really bad, just kind of nah. And then there was a moment in there where we have our first death, and
took attention.
Yeah, it took attention. It was like, that was a pretty interesting death. It was at first you just thought it was going to be one of the bad guys. It was just choking a guy in a hospital bed. Yeah, and then all of a sudden he just reaches up and starts fucking around with his nose and
pulls the guy's nose out of his face.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Pulls the fucking nose out of his face. That's how he kills. That's the first victim. And then what does this guy do? He does what every mass murderer does. Goes out into the parking lot, sits in his car, pours gasoline all over himself, and then lights himself on fire.
Like you do.
Like you do. And I think that's about where I actually caught attention. I'm like, all right.
Which is pretty good because that's in like the first 5-10 minutes of the movie?
Yeah, it's like 15 minutes.
And then it slows to a crawl.
Yeah, and then it starts slowing down again, and then you're getting out of it. You're starting to, you're getting into the whole making fun of the movie because it looks like a really bad 80s porno. And
it was 1983.
1982.
3.
1982.
It was 1980, boo.
Yes.
1980, boo. Yeah, so you're right. Yep, I totally forgot. It's scary. my mind is going already.
If it was 1983, it'd be 1983, which isn't scary at all.
No, trees are scary because you can hang people out of trees.
Never mind. All right. But it starts to go off really bad, really bad, and
like bad vegetables or bad steak.
Shut up, Scott.
Starts to go off like a stripper when you run out of money.
Hey, exactly.
Yeah. All right, that's better.
That's a better metaphor.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah. But it just starts getting really, really bad, and then there's a moment where we have another death where I think all of us started questioning, like, what the fuck? Like, how did that happen? A woman found a chip that's supposed to be on like the back of the masks from Silver Shamrock.
Yeah, it's like like a brand.
Yeah, it's the brand. Sort of, it's the brand stamping for the mask, and there's like a computer chip inside of there, and she starts like fucking around with the computer chip, which makes it
fries her brain
malfunction and shoots a blue laser straight out of her face.
Blue laser.
Blue lasers.
Sounds like such a bad villainous.
The blue laser.
Sounds like that movie.
Shitty DC villain.
Or something out of that movie Dodgeball. Yeah, blue lasers. Cobras.
Yeah. And that was actually kind of cool special effect makeup.
Yeah, that was really abrupt. That was where you're like, hey, there might be something to this.
Yeah, and that's when the movie just starts getting like pretty interesting. I know. Kinda. Pretty interesting for what people give this movie credit for. I mean, people say that this is, everyone just dogs this movie and it's such shit. It's such a shitty movie. People like to troll it because it's a Halloween movie that isn't a Halloween movie.
People like to troll it like a bad internet chat room.
Hey,
hey,
internet reference. We're modern.
I just love the fact that Scott's the one that says we're modern. So it starts to pick up and starts to actually be really interesting. The whole reason of why the events that are happening are kind of really shoddy and just kind of out there. You're like, okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah, it's a grand scheme involving the Irish and Stonehenge.
Grand scheme, the Irish,
and the alignment
Stonehenge,
of the planets.
The witchcraft that dates back like
Robots.
3,000 years.
Robots.
Yeah, so it's very convoluted, and you're like, which direction am I going with this? But I mean, it was interesting. It kind of kept my attention, but I don't know if it's really the right way. I mean, looking at this, it could have been done way better, and if they did brand this as a separate film, not with the Halloween franchise, I think it probably would have done even more better than what it did now.
Well, I think it was actually sort of a brave attempt at,
Holy shit, we got through this whole thing in 13 minutes.
Oof. It's not lucky number 13. Scary.
I didn't realize. I'm like, wait, we just did the whole entire thing. Now we're doing reviews of it.
Well, we got to fill in
we got
time. Do you know why?
Why?
Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
Silver Shamrock.
So that song right there was kind of was throughout the whole movie.
It's in there a lot.
Yeah, and it really wasn't creepy until the end after Cochran, the main bad guy or the owner of the Silver Shamrock factory, who's putting all this stuff together, tells why they're doing what they're doing. And shows
shits and giggles.
Yeah, and shows the example, and you're just like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" So,
wait, why are you doing this? I hate candy.
I hate candy and children. Let's just play the soundbite.
My father was a dentist.
He gave me a lollipop every year, and then took it away and said it's bad for you.
Let's just play the soundbite so we could hear that lovely thing again.
Why, Cochran? Why? Do I need a reason? Mr. Cupfer was right, I do love a good joke, and this is the best ever. A joke on the children. But there's a better reason. You don't really know much about Halloween. You thought no further than the strange custom of having your children wear masks and go out begging for candy. It was the start of the year in our old Celtic lands, and we'd be waiting in our houses of wattles and clay. The barriers would be down, you see, between the real and the unreal. And the dead might be looking in to sit by our fires of turf. Halloween. The festival of Samhain. The last great one took place 3,000 years ago when the hills ran red with the blood of animals and children. Sacrifices. A part of our world. Our craft. Witchcraft. To us, it was a way of controlling our environment. It's not so different now. It's time again. In the end, we don't decide these things, The planets do. They're in alignment, and it's time again. The world's going to change tonight, Doctor. I'm glad you'll be able to watch it. And happy Halloween.
So there,
Every couple of years they have to make a new sacrifice of new kids and turn them into insects.
So why did then nobody notice them doing this, beforehand?
Because it's probably
no.
more
This is the first time.
guess-
This is the first time that they did it.
Nah, so the wonderful 1980s technology is really what did them in.
Well, yeah. It's because they had to get Stonehenge, and
Yep.
they're
How the hell do they get Stonehenge? How do they fucking pull that off? That's like a super.
How have you ever tried to lift Stonehenge and smuggle that out of the country in like a backpack?
That's hard. That's a super criminal. Like, how the fuck?
Maneuver.
That's Lex Luthor couldn't do that shit.
That's something that Lex Luthor would try to do and be like, "Fuck that, no."
Took a lot of money, a lot of willpower. What they did was they took a laser and they put it on the moon and aimed it down at Scotland and cut around Stonehenge and then. Got a lot of trucks.
No. This is why Scott never was able to beat Superman.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it always falls apart by like the third stage. It's like
then Kryptonite is in there, and where are we gonna? I beat Abedis.
So we're gonna get a lot of kids.
Take a play out of the Despicable Me playbook and just shrink it.
Okay.
There we go.
Right.
Simple enough.
But they didn't have shrink rays in the 1980s. That wasn't invented until 1992.
Well, they also didn't have robotic engineering in like the 1700s.
Yeah, they did.
Germany.
The Germans did. I mean, it was on TV. That's a fact, man. That's a fact.
Well, 1700s.
When did the Hall of Presidents come out? All right, come on. They had robots.
Seriously.
Of the 1700s.
That came out in like 1786, man.
So, funny story about the Hall of Presidents. When it was unveiled, so the animatronics, the way they flail their arms around and stuff, was all like with liquid motors and stuff like that. So, Abraham Lincoln was the one that did the speech and all that stuff. So, they brought all the investors in, and this was like the first run of this thing, and they wanted to show them what they're doing.
And the presidents ate all the investors.
No.
Okay.
Jurassic Park.
Sorry.
So he, like Abraham Lincoln, the way they did this, there was like kind of like a dark red gel, basically, that was used to run the motors and stuff. So they turned it on.
Hydraulic fluid.
Yeah, hydraulic fluid, basically.
Yeah.
And Abraham Lincoln like starts flailing his arms around and stuff like that. But then the hydraulic fluid like sprung a leak and started spraying all over the place. So Abraham Lincoln's just like, and everybody's like, "Whoa, this is a fucked up ride. Why would somebody do this shit? This is crazy."
Yeah, I think if it was any other president, it would be fine. But with Abraham Lincoln, that's kind
hydraulic fluid, which sprays out of his head.
Which I'm pretty sure, like Walt Disney was the Steve Jobs of his day, where like that happened in this room of really important people, and he's like, "God damn it! You're fucking fired! Everyone fired! Bullshit!
what do you do for me?
What do you do for me? What is the Hall of Presidents for?" "Well, sir, it's supposed to be to show people the joys of all the presidents." "Why the fuck doesn't it do that then? It just sprays hydraulic fluid everywhere."
"You fucking fuck! It's the future! You fuck!"
"God damn it! This is a World Expo! Fuck this shit! Happiest place on the motherfucking planet!"
"If they're not happy, I'm not motherfucking happy, and you definitely are not motherfucking happy."
"Get me a scotch!"
And he just goes home and starts beating Mickey Mouse, just taking all his rage out.
Oh, you took it too far there.
No, I didn't.
Oh, man.
I just brought it to reality. Fuck you.
Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
Pretty awesome right there.
That's going to be the only soundbite we play from now on.
Yeah, from now until the end of time.
We're going to go and review
the end of December when the
Dances with Wolves, and we listen to this poetic speech from Kevin Costner. Happy, happy Halloween. That's it. That's all you're going to hear.
That might live in infamy. That might go in the top 10 sound bites.
Yep.
It's right up there with like Nilbog and
The Rock,
yelling at people. Yeah,
you know you really fucked up.
You chose
to do that. Like for the top 10 sound bites we've used.
So, looking at this movie, and with the with the way that the remakes are going, there was rumors that Rob Zombie might do a remake of Halloween 3: Season of the Witch. If he did do a remake of this movie, would it be smart to keep it as Halloween 3 and not have Mike Myers, or somehow
I don't
associate
know.
Mike Myers into it?
This one got like so much bad stigma when it came out, but I don't know. I wouldn't mind seeing Rob Zombie just saying "fucking" and doing this again. A story like this.
I mean, it's not a bad story. I mean, if you just polished it up a little bit and changed did some things a little bit better, it could be a really fucking decent
Mostly
story.
It's just the beginning that needs the work, I think.
In the beginning and the reasoning of why the events are happening.
If this movie was the first Halloween film, I think it would have been a lot better. Reception.
Sort of.
Yeah. The reaction for this film would have been
like this could be like sort of almost an origin story of where Michael Myers came from or something like that.
I could see that happening. Yeah. Like if this was like an origin where like somehow out of all these people, like Mike Myers, like for some reason the mask just fucked with him. It just fucked him up and it like fused to him and now he's just gone.
See, I was thinking they could make it so that the sacrifice of all these kids was the thing that was going to bring on, some rebirth. Evil spirit.
Well,
because there's the Silver Shamrock Evil Corporation develops their own mask to help thwart this menace.
We need an evil name for an evil empire.
Even that right there, what you were just saying. If it was like, almost like how Bride of Chucky was, or where they brought Chucky back to life and all that crap.
Yeah.
If it was
give me the power I beg of you. Oh wait, no.
If it was something like that, where this was them, they found because they're witches anyway, so it'll play.
So who gives a fuck?
Yeah, it'll play in with this anyways. If they found a way of like sacrificing all these children to bring Michael Myers back to life, that might have been an interesting tie-in.
Yeah, they could have done that.
Yeah. But again, this movie was originally made as separate and supposed
I take it as a hindsight as 2020 thing. Like you sort of make it, and you're like, this was a great idea, and no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I wonder, did they acknowledge the third movie in the fourth film?
No, they didn't.
This movie just
forgot all about.
This is the movie that they just pushed aside and said, "No, fuck it." Yep. This is like the third Superman movie. They just kind of pushed it aside and said, "No, forget it."
This is like when a band breaks up and one decides to go out his own way, and this is Fred Durst. I'm going to go make my own music, and it sucks.
All right, guys, I'm back.
Yeah. Hey, look, Limp Bizkit coming out with a new album.
No one cares.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Blah. Would you want to see this movie remade? Like, would you want to see this story?
I think I would, honestly. I wouldn't mind.
But would it be smart to continue it as the Halloween franchise, or would people just say, nah, fuck it?
I don't know. I like fresh spins on the stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know.
I think this actually might be an interesting. They could make this as a Halloween movie. They just have to change a little bit of it.
Yeah,
basically just make it some sort of tie-in with Michael Myers, and I think it would actually work out pretty good as a redo.
Yeah, because I mean, if you're going to keep the same main story, and then you're just adding on a subtitle to it, to the if you're going to keep the main title and add on a subtitle to it. Whatever that franchise is that you're working in,
at least put in like Season of the Witch, a Halloween story,
or something like that, or Halloween Presents season,
something
season
like that,
something like that.
I like how you personified Halloween. I'm Halloween. I'm a real person. Here's my movie.
It starts off as like an old guy and
hello, I'm Halloween.
Hello, I'm Halloween, and I'd like to present to you a spooky tale.
Sitting there next to like the old fireplace,
stroking a greyhound.
Greyhound?
I don't know. It has to have a big, huge greyhound sitting there.
You may think I'm a bad guy, but this greyhound's a rescue.
He's smoking a pipe.
And right before it goes to the story, he just brings out a knife.
Straight up Dr.
You
Paul
may
Bearer.
think that I'm here just to scare you, but in reality, you guys really scare the hell out of me.
Really, these tales are normal. This is how I grew up. Candy scares me.
Somebody invented cotton candy, and I freaked out.
I said, how do you eat it? I don't know. I tried to breathe
What
it in.
is it? This looks like sugar, but it's not. It's all pink and fluffy and stringy.
Oh, no, and it didn't even taste good. It was scary. I've got a cavity.
But it's a ghost cavity.
Bring me some milk. He's just a senile old man. That's all it is. I like spiders.
Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween.
I feel like that song's like the reboot for our brains. Every time we start going too weird, we're just like, happy, happy Halloween. Okay, serious time. Stop talking about the movie. So now we're going to start talking about the movie for the next 30 or 40 seconds about about the special effects, because I thought the special effects were actually sort of cool for, 1980.
A 1980s 2 film. It was pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing that I sort of like about like older films before CG. Was they actually had to like make masks.
Yeah,
and
the puppetry work and all that.
Yeah, like really if you wanted somebody's arm to get chopped off and showed it, you had to make the damn arm.
Yeah,
and rip it off and provide all the tubing and all that sort of stuff. And like with a lot of movies back then, it could go either really good or really bad. It could look like crap or it could look totally real.
Videodrome.
That was a weird movie.
that was kind of bad.
Chest vagina.
That's
all I got to say about that.
I know what I'm watching next week.
So yeah, but this one, I mean, like I was saying, with the actual prosthetics and stuff, I actually sort of like that better than CG most of the time, because
you're more old school with that way.
It's more classical. I mean, to me, if they do a good job on that, it just looks more real than like something done with CG. I mean, because they it is real. It's like it's sitting there. You can pick it up and all that.
Yeah.
In this movie, I think they actually did a pretty good job with that. Like with the one woman's second kill, where the woman, face basically exploded. That was pretty.
Yeah, cool. that was really fucking.
Yeah, that was where we're all just sitting there. It's like, God, this movie's so boring. Boom! What the fuck? Oh, that's nasty.
She just got her freaking. It's like a firecracker went off on the inside of her mouth and blew it out.
Yeah. And then when they were doing the test to see if the Halloween masks were actually going to work right, and that kid's face melted and all that stuff, I really liked the way they did like the pumpkin mask that the kid was wearing, sort of like rotting
to his head.
It actually sort of looked like a rotting pumpkin for a little bit.
It looked really
disgusting.
It was very, very well done. And then the hobo guy that got his head ripped off.
Oh yeah, that was
really good.
I like to think that their John Carpenter's probably sitting back and they did that scene and he's like, put a snake in it. See what happens. Put a snake. Let's make people.
Worked in Indiana Jones.
Have some spiders and snakes come
Indiana
out
Jones afraid of, and he's like Han Solo and an architect put together. So if that scares him, this will scare people too. Yeah.
Now Nick's afraid of snakes.
I fucking hate snakes.
He's deathly afraid of snakes.
Snakes are bullshit.
And right when the snakes just started pouring out of the kid's mouth, I'm looking over at Nick.
That's when shit got real.
And you can just see Nick just like, I ain't fucking playing this.
Well, it's funny, well, I'm not putting on this mask. Fuck that shit. I'm telling you, spiders, fine. Rats, no problem. Roaches, whatever. Bugs, I don't give a shit. I'm seeing all this stuff coming out, and then the snake comes out, I'm like, done. Turning the movie off.
Nick screams like a little girl, jumps up on the coffee table, and
it's like, well, it's time to check Facebook.
That's the part that hits me. I'm like, ooh, man, that fucked me up. If a snake came out of anything, shit. Out of a pumpkin, shit. Fuck that.
Out of a pumpkin on a child's head, fuck that.
Fuck that.
The only thing worse is if you're sitting on the toilet and
I don't give a
right up the tube and bit you in the butt.
I don't even care.
Have you ever had that fear?
What?
A snake coming up the toilet?
Well, I do now.
Would that be classic?
Right for weeks.
You're sitting there just trying to relax, do your business. All of a sudden, the snake just comes up and right up the butt.
That's why the most terrifying film on the planet, Snakes on a Plane. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah,
not good. Not good.
I know what we're watching next week. Snakes on a Plane.
I know my favorite, most terrifying
movie
wait,
was hold on.
Monster.
I never even thought about that, but back in college, you did a short film for class called Snakes on an Elevator.
Oh yeah.
Parodying Snakes on a Plane.
Oh yeah, that wasn't a parody. That was a real life horror, man.
That really happened using actual security footage.
What the fuck would you do if you're some guy who runs in and throws snakes in an elevator? Come on.
You just wait until the next floor and get off.
What the fuck? There's snakes in the elevator. What are you going to do?
You just wait until the next floor and get off.
No, you will fucking die. That's what you will do.
No, you just wait.
They're not poisonous snakes.
They're in the bag.
And no, they will crawl out of the bag.
If I remember clearly in the film,
with their venom.
If I remember clearly in the film, the snakes. Well, I should remember. I edited it. The snakes didn't come out until the bag was opened up.
Well, what the fuck?
Well, why would you just leave the bag? Just be like, I ain't opening that.
That does sort of make sense. I mean, the snakes probably wouldn't be able to make it out of a closed bag.
Yeah.
Guys, it's an analogy for Pandora's box, okay? You open it up and then just
Snakes
shit
come
happens.
Well, that's why you open it up right when the door opens, and then just leave the damn bag
Well,
on
you
the
don't know.
elevator
It could have been
for the next
candy.
person.
Moving
some
hissing
tasty
candy.
candy.
You could have been
After
moving
the guy
hissing
that
candy.
threw it in there says, "You will now die," or whatever, blah blah blah. He pretty much threatens your life, throws a bag at you, and then runs away as the door shuts. You're really going to think that there's candy in there.
To see this great film, go to YouTube and type in "snakes on an elevator."
And judge for yourself.
Judge for yourself.
Is it still on?
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever put it on YouTube,
I don't
honestly.
think you did. I don't know.
Well,
There's snakes.
shit.
For your analogy of this movie,
That's why I don't like lawn sprinklers anyway, because they sound like snakes. Or gummy worms, because they look like swirly little icky snaky snakes.
Back on track.
Back on track.
Back on track.
So the acting in this film was it's what you would expect out of a horror film.
Worst
from back then.
episode of Magnum PI I've ever seen.
It was kind of
Yeah.
there was the character development was kind of
Well,
wacky.
the acting was on par with the same amount of cinematography, which made it just look like a German porn film.
Yeah.
That's really all it was.
It was 1982. Everything looked like porn back then.
Again,
Do you want to play the one scene where he hooked up with a lady?
sure.
You want to
Yeah,
do some
why
good
not? Why
acting?
not?
This is good acting.
Great
Here we go.
acting.
All right, here we go.
This place is a zoo.
I saw Cochran. His car, anyway.
And your old man stayed here on the 20th.
I was right. We'll go directly to the factory. We'll
Whoa,
find out
hold on.
exactly
Slow
what-
down, slow down. It's getting late. I could use a drink. Let's take our time.
It's okay with you? To stay, I mean.
I think these clothes could probably hold out for at least one more day. Maybe I ought to get another room.
That would look sort of suspicious, wouldn't it?
What I mean is, if you'd feel more comfortable, I could sleep in the car. Be better in this floor, anyway.
Where do you want to sleep, Dr. Chalice?
That's a dumb question, Miss Grimbridge.
That is kind of tacky.
Yeah.
That really is tacky.
Really?
That's along the lines of the line from
I don't.
Shark
Hey,
Attack
baby,
3.
I'm a real hairy plumber, and I'm here to lay some pipe.
I don't think
No,
anyone.
that's not the line.
Yeah, that's not the
Oh.
line.
No, I was talking about this line.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah, me too, but I'm really wired. What do you say I take you home and eat your pussy?
And we actually know that actress and the actor. Well, not the actor. We know the actress that was
Actress,
in
yeah.
that scene.
Oh, Ginny McShane.
Yeah, yes.
Lovely, lovely, sweet lady.
I was after I started watching Torchwood, I was looking at the guy that plays Jack Harkness. I'm like, that guy looks familiar. I've seen him before. And I looked on IMDb. That's the guy that said the line.
Oh,
Wow.
That's kind of funny.
glad to see he's.
It all
moved
comes
up
full
to-
circle. It all comes full circle.
Glad to see he moved up in British cinema.
Hey, it's legitimate.
It's like soap opera, British cinema, sci-fi movie.
Yeah, why not? So, is there
You
anything?
can cross-dress. You can be in British thinners.
Telenovela.
Shut up, Scott. You lost that joke.
Oh, because of my speech impediment.
British cinema.
British cinema. Doctor Who. Curtis.
Red penny.
Are we done?
Defending the fan turkeys.
Oh, are we done?
Bird cage.
Are we done?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
BBC Three.
Silver Shamrock. Silver Shamrock was a stupid name for the evil corporation in here because I didn't think, Irish people had anything to do with Stonehenge.
Too drunk. Oh, I mean, yeah, Nick. Not really.
They should have called like Stone Corp or something like that. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. It was weird because there was a lot of Irish people in the town there, but
They were all robots.
Well, that
Not
was
all
another
of
thing.
them.
Like that was one of the.
They
things
were
is
all robots.
that people hated this company because they came in, built this huge factory, and just didn't hire anybody and just shut the town down. Like there was a curfew that the factory enacted on the town at some point.
yep.
which
But,
is
like,
stupid.
It was like one person there actually loved the factory, and that was like the owner of the little motel.
Yeah.
He praised Cochran. He was like, "Oh, he's such a genius. He's magnificent. Oh, he has such an amazing Cochran." But like everyone else didn't like him. Like you had a whole bunch of people that are coming into town because their orders were messed up, and they had to go there to reorder everything.
Yep.
Then you also had people that
lived in the town. And
lived in the
like,
town.
This place is pretty much
it's
this
dead
place
because
called,
well,
We don't even have an Arby's. What was the name of the town? Did they ever say?
Nilbog.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Nilbog! It's Goblin spelled backwards!
I don't remember what the actual town name was, but we'll just say
It was like
Nilbog, right?
Santa Domingo.
Santa Muerte.
Santa Muerte.
Muerte.
It was something like that.
Santa Death. That doesn't-
It could have been Santa
El
Maria.
Diablo Town.
I don't know. The name of the
Tristan.
town. Yeah.
New
Me
Tristan.
gusta pantalones. Right?
How did we start this podcast off so well? Everything was done by minute 13, and then you guys just like, oh, fuck it. Let's just go off and talk about shit. Just random shit.
Well, it happens.
I thought if I was able to get this podcast done by, early, get it every...
That's why we call this a movie dump, because it's in the dump with all the other shit we talk about,
We don't so much
There we
review
go.
movies anymore. We just sort of work around them.
Yeah.
We just make an excuse to get
Just
together,
follow
watch
it.
a movie, and then just
talk about shit.
Yep.
Yeah. It's really... Oh, we should have just called this podcast like three guys hanging out talking about shit. Really.
We need
I think
the
that was already
shitty
taken
movies to hold our conversations
Yeah,
together.
there you go.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we sit
It's a
there,
loose framework. That's all it is.
otherwise, we just sit there with like 50 seconds of dead air between each sentence.
So, what'd you do today, Ben?
It's more like a guideline.
Had some sushi. What'd you do?
Was it good sushi? Yeah, it was pretty good.
Well, join us next week on Three Guys Sitting Around Talking About Stuff.
We'll talk about more stuff, and you can listen in if you want to.
It's a podcast for the loneliest people on the planet. Just so they can just live vicariously through us doing stupid shit.
So I named my Xbox today.
I got a game. What game? Oh, I bought Ace Combat. It was pretty fun. Oh, it was better than the last one? Oh, yeah. It was alright. It had helicopters in it.
I heard helicopters really suck.
I just love that the threat of me holding my finger over the soundboard just quieted both of you.
Yep.
You're like, what is he gonna hit? What did I deserve now?
It's the thrill of anticipation of who's going to get what horrible soundbite.
Oh. 5 days to Halloween.
Yeah, that song's going to be stuck in my head for probably a week
and
now.
it'll be stuck in everyone else's because of us, because we reach the masses.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Yeah. We're on 3 television stations now.
Hey, I was...
apparently this was back when...
We should talk about the ending of this movie.
Yeah.
Because it does not end on a happy note.
No.
It ends on the classic terror note of the early
Almost
80s.
saved everybody, but not quite.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Well, yeah.
So Ben, tell us what happened. Because I don't want to do it.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. So... Actually, it was really...
You're the storyteller of the group.
Yeah,
Scott and I are just here along to add
Fuck
stupid
around.
shit. I just come over because I got nothing else to do on a Saturday night.
So...
I just come over because I hang around newsstands periodically.
Well, yeah, I got Ace Combat the other day. It was pretty fun.
All right, yeah, go Ben.
So, at the end of the movie, the factory is destroyed, and the doctor, who's the main character, by the way.
The Doctor Who?
Ooh.
I heard Doctor Who in there somewhere.
Yeah, there we go. He's trying to make sure that no one airs the commercial, because at 9 o'clock on Halloween night,
What's commercial, Ben?
Happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy, happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
Damn it, Nick.
Just wanted to get that in. last time.
Probably pretty obvious by now.
Yeah.
So when that commercial airs, what happens?
There's supposed to be a special prize. All the kids that bought a silver shamrock.
Surprise! Your fucking face gets melted off and you're turning into
Exactly.
spiders and
Yep.
snakes.
So he's trying to make sure that the ad doesn't get aired. So he's calling. I don't know who's calling the president of television.
That's what I was wondering too. It's like, who's this one
He
person?
runs to a random gas station. It's a matter of life or death. Give me the head of CBS.
Get me the president of television.
Right? What? Yeah, I need the king of Mars too. While you're at it,
I need the queen of the FCC. Quickly, 1-800-FCC. That's
Madam
not enough
FCC.
president of cable.
He has to get
Ted Turner.
the ad off, and of course, while he's doing this, there's some kids that go trick or treating at the gas station, and they rudely interrupt what the gas station attendant was watching, and turns on the damn TV to the commercial. And the doctor's there, you know. Well, here, I'll just play it.
If it goes out, it means the death of millions of people, everyone watching. Don't you understand that? Well, say it's a bomb, then say whatever you want. Say whatever you like, just get it off the air. Please, you just... No, I can't prove it. You've got to believe me. Believe me. Take it off the air now, please. You've got to. It means...
Please excuse the interruption. We're having technical problems. Please stand by.
It's time.
We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Dark masks, gather round your TV set. Put on your masks and watch. All witches, all skeletons, all jack-o'-lanterns.
The third
Gather
commercial,
round
it's
and
still...
watch.
Please,
Watch
take
the
off the
magic
third
on
channel. The
film.
third channel, it's still running. Stop it, please. For God's sake, please stop it. There's no more time. You've got to... Please, stop it. Stop it now. Turn it off. Turn it off. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
That's how the movie ends. The guy,
If I were them, I would just be like, that was close enough.
Well, I want to be. I wish we could have seen the guy on the other end of the phone. That's this raving lunatic calls up. Turn off the television. You got to get this commercial off the air. Just like, no, but you have to believe me. Okay.
You're like, hey, do you know how much money these people spent to get this commercial on every single channel at the same time?
3 of them.
Hey.
So like he's going up, he's spooling up like hundreds and hundreds of reels for all the different television stations, and he just finishes and gets this call. You got to take it off. And he's just like, damn it! Runs over to Giant Gear.
Don't you guys know? It's so simple. You have to pull one plug. That's it. Doesn't everyone know that's
I
how
can just see him.
TV
He's in there.
is?
He's like, well, I got these 2 tapes, but that third channel's tape is all the way over there. And I've got my hot pockets right here.
He's like, whoa, no, wait a minute. All right, Fox, NBC, that's fine. But CBS,
no way.
No.
Fuck that shit.
Fuck
Your
that
kids shouldn't
shit.
be watching that shit anyway.
we
They
have
deserve it.
CSI. I don't know if they really have CSI.
Hey, to be fair, getting 2 of those commercials off of the 3 stations was probably a pretty big
Pretty-
achievement.
that's
He's
fast.
2/3 of the fucking population.
He didn't get hung up on
he
it.
should
That's
be a martyr or a
didn't.
hero.
He really didn't, because every single kid's going to do what that kid in the gas station did. Turn it to the next station.
Well,
that channel's not working. Turn it to the next station. There we go. But I kind
1,
of
2, 3 out of channels. Shit.
Yeah, I kind of like. No, what they should have done was had a national emergency, had the fucking president on the TV. That would have got.
Television?
Yeah,
The president of television or the president?
Hello, this is the president of television.
television.
I'd like to let you know not to watch any of these commercials, or else snakes might come out of your eyes.
Now you know who would have done really well with wearing this mask? Helen Keller.
Ooh. I wonder what would have worked on her.
I don't think it would have.
You know why it would work? Because they didn't have TVs back then.
Ooh.
Dick.
Well, they actually had TVs, but in order to power them, you had to hook them up to the mule and have the mule run around in a circle to... You know it is.
And everyone knows that Helen Keller couldn't afford a mule. Apparently.
What was she going to do? Write a book?
Seriously. I'm sorry, I can't read your muty deaf language.
This plot was hatched before, broadcast television. They're like, get this ad out to the presses and make everyone a child read it at
Now,
9
how
o'clock.
awesome would it be for them to redo this? Because now you have TV on your cell phones, you have TV on the internet.
See? Interesting.
That would be fucking interesting.
Now you'd have to call it the president of the interwebs.
Because now it'd be like
president of the internet.
because you have to get that thing off everything. You have to get it off of thousands of different channels, off the internet, off the cell phones, because the company could just send out a mass.
Some of those shitheads torrenting it somewhere. You're like, God damn it!
Then they get fucked by YouTube.
Yeah, because
and then kids are just dying randomly because they're watching the YouTube thing.
Instead of
stop a viral broadcast being presented. I think that was the plot of one of the Call of Duty games, actually. But whatever.
that would be more interesting. I could see this being more intense and epic in a modern day setting than back in 1982, because apparently you only had to deal with 3 channels.
Yeah, 3 channels.
But this, if it was, make sure at 9 o'clock everyone put in a code or whatever, and boom, there you get.
It's
I could see
that group Anonymous putting all of their YouTube things.
Yeah,
we just came up with an idea.
Yes, we did. Start writing it right now.
Done.
Focus.
Done. Script done.
Focus.
The script is done.
I just scribbled it out on a napkin.
All right, are we ready to wrap this up?
That's not a full script.
Yeah, let's wrap this up.
All right, let's go.
Like a Christmas
like
present.
you do.
Like a Halloween present. Like a spooky mask around your face.
Nick, go first.
Well, as I am the president of internet, let me endorse this.
Okay, Al Gore.
I don't know. I think this movie got a lot of flack, but I don't know. I might be in the minority. I kind of enjoyed it, honestly. But I really love shitty 80s movies, so this is really a good example of shitty 80s movies with, the effects that they did and just the technology that they try to use. Like, oh, look at these giant tube televisions they're all using, and just stupid shit. It's back when I love to watch this stuff because it's back then where they think this could be plausible. Like this little tiny chip could emit a giant laser. No, not gonna happen. But they think 10 years down the road that could happen. So,
well, that's because they haven't made chips out of Stonehenge yet. So.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, they haven't used the materials from Stonehenge.
And
that's a whole level of science. They just have
Wonderful
nobody's
rock
ever
properties.
explored.
Maybe that's the secret in iPhones.
Maybe, I don't
Pieces
know.
of Stonehenge in
Hey,
your
iPhone 5 does have a slate backing. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I liked it, honestly. But I think also, if you've never seen a Halloween film and you go into this, you will probably like it a lot more.
You'll be better off. Yeah.
Probably. I enjoed it. I don't know. I liked it. I think I'll get a lot of hate mail for saying that, but fuck you. I don't care.
Who are you kidding? We never get any mail. So.
No, we do. We just never read it.
Yeah,
that's right.
Just delete,
I'm not in
delete,
charge of
delete,
mail.
delete. But I'll read the Groupon mail that comes in. Like, oh, look, fishing excursion.
Yeah.
Dear movie dump guys, delete. I liked it. I don't know if I'd say buy it, but I'd say watch it. I think I'd throw a heavy watch on it.
All right, that's fair enough.
All right, Scott.
Well, as the president of VCRs, I happen to know a lot about the 80s, especially 1982. And for I don't know where I'm going with this.
I was just gonna wait to see how far you can go.
I don't feel like making up all that stuff. Just gonna end badly. Anyway, this is a movie I think I liked probably about 3/4 of it. It starts. It's pretty slow at the beginning, and it's really easy to sort of lose your attention on this movie. But if you stick it out towards the end, it starts actually getting sort of creepy, which makes the movie sort of good. And yeah, I mean, I'm sort of on the same page with Nick right there. I'd say definitely it's a watch. It's it's a sort of different sort of Halloween movie. It doesn't have anything to do with Halloween series, but that doesn't mean it's bad. So yeah, watch.
Yeah, I'm right with all three or all two of you. Hey, there's a third one. I'm right with all two of you. It's a strong watch. Definitely looking at this, hindsight, it probably shouldn't have been named Halloween. maybe if they, I don't know if they could have taken the Halloween 3 name out of it and just called it Season of the Witch, like later on when it was released to VHS
The
and then
Mask
DVD.
3.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, if they just if it was just called Season of the Witch, it would have probably done way better as a standalone film. But when you throw it into a franchise, and people are expecting a third movie to deal with that franchise, and it has nothing to do with that franchise, the movie's going to bomb. No one is going to give it the chance that it deserves because they're expecting something else. That's like going and saying, I want to go watch a Star Wars movie, and you never see anything to do with Jedis, anything to do with the Empire, anything to do... It's just a big, huge Jar Jar jacking it rump fest. That's the whole entire movie. You're not going to be very happy.
That's such a bad porn name, Jar Jar
Jar Jar
Jacking It.
Jack Fest.
It's
Misa, go jack it now.
like
Misa, aim for the eye.
there's not enough there to keep it in the franchise, and just get it out of the franchise, make it its own film. Now, with the talks of it maybe becoming, being the next victim of the remakes or the reboots, I would like to see this done a little bit differently. Somehow incorporate Mike Myers, or learn from the mistake and just get rid of Halloween 3 and just call it Season of the Witch. Then tone it up a little bit, fix the parts here and there that need to be fixed, and it could be a really decent film.
Oh, I got it. I know how they can put Michael Myers in this movie if they redo it.
How?
They, instead of an army of robots, it's just Michael Myers killing people.
Okay.
What?
And
But
they'll
then-
be pie.
And then Michael Myers is the second, is a backstory to the main plot, which is the masks.
Yeah, or that.
Can we talk about the president of television again? Because that was funny.
Michael Myers takes a back seat to his own franchise. That's the problem with this film.
And that's what they call it. Michael Myers, backseat driver.
God, Scott. I think the whole sacrificing the kids to raise Mike Myers was probably a better idea.
Yeah, that's better. I don't know. I'm just grasping at straws. That's why I'm not in charge of redoing.
That's why you're not the president of television.
Yeah, just president of VCRs. So,
it's definitely an interesting movie to go to watch, because it does have its good moments in it. But don't go watching it thinking that it's going to have anything to do with the Halloween series, because it doesn't. If you're sitting down saying, I'm going to do a Halloween marathon, skip this one, because it has nothing to do with it. You're not missing a lot. If you're just saying, I want to watch a good 80s horror film, this is up there. It's a good one.
yeah.
It's a good one. Like Nick says, it's bad because nowadays you're looking at the technology. It's cinematography, everything. It's kind of cheesy, campy, shitty, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. But it's still good. It has a beginning, middle, and end. Parts of it are kind of weak, but it's
4:3 aspect ratio. Never heard of it.
But it's really decent. It has good moments in it. It kept my attention, and that's all that I ask out of a film. Yeah. Keep my attention, and that's good.
Yeah.
So 3 strong watches, and I guess that's that.
Yeah.
That's that.
The end.
Next week, did you have any emails? Or no?
Nope.
He's just like, nope, I'm doing something else on your new
Just probably tell
iPhone
everybody what
5.
our email address is, though.
Yeah, email address, youthrowpoo@me.com.
I did get a couple of comments on YouTube, but
we're getting some. Yeah,
which is nice. It was all people just saying, "Hey, you guys are funny," and our egos expanded, and we couldn't get through our doors to go into apartments, and so we had to go watch something depressing.
Okay.
What?
I don't know what just happened there.
I don't either.
Scott
I
has a
stroked
seizure.
out. Just the happens. The podcast goes over an hour.
We've put up some of our old, or all of our old podcasts up on YouTube, so you go just look it up.
Well, we're working on it.
We're working on it. We're working on putting them all up. But just just search Movie Dump Podcast, and it'll find them on there.
It's all in a handy dandy playlist, so you can start at the beginning.
What do we got next week?
I don't know.
It's your pick, isn't it?
Yep.
Scott's not going to be here.
No, it's not.
Yep.
Because we fired him.
Yep.
You just fired him. Fuck you, president of VCRs. Get out of here.
We don't want you. We got a new president. He's called DVDs. Don't worry, he's going to be assassinated. Then Blu-ray's taken in.
And then, who knows, it'll all be in the cloud.
Don't worry.
I am not too 100% certain. I've got 2 movies in my brain. But
what are the 2 movies?
One.
But Nick, we can't watch movies in your brain.
One. I'm gonna hold off on one because I think Scott needs to be here to watch it.
What is it?
Not gonna tell you.
Okay, that's good.
Not gonna tell you. The only other one that I have in my head is I think we'll have to bring in a special guest for it. But we need a little party in our life, I think. And what?
House party?
Oh, that'd be great, actually. I should bring a house party. Think of that.
But it wasn't a house party?
No, I don't know why. I just saw and see, this goes into
Ep.5?
the amount of research I do for movies here because I was on the internet today and I saw Macaulay Culkin. So I'm just like, hey, he made that shitty movie Party Monster with Seth Green.
Oh,
dude,
God.
Macaulay Culkin
we need to give that a review.
Macaulay Culkin looks eternally stoned anymore, I think.
Yeah,
you ever see photos of
it's
him?
all the heroin he's on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna try and round up a Party Monster guest and see if we can bring
How would
something
you...
in.
Who? Like what?
Oh, trust me, I know people.
Nick says, hey, we're going to watch Party
Craigslist.
You just would have posed. Need
Party Monster for review of Party Monster on podcast.
You're gonna get like some weird guy dressed in some like.
Well, I'd love to do a review.
You get the host from Yo Gabba Gabba to show up.
Darling, I brought some popcorn.
I'm going to come back
watch a movie.
I'm going to come back and you guys are like, yeah, we're not doing the movie dump anymore. That was scary. We're done. We're done.
Have you ever seen it?
Oh yeah, I've seen Party Monster.
Have you seen it, Scott? No, you probably.
No,
haven't.
I haven't seen it.
Well, maybe I gotta wait and make because I think it'd be fun to make Scott watch Party Monster.
I think it would too.
I think we're gonna have to hold off on that. Shit.
That's a movie that wow. I remember watching it, and
So shitty.
Melissa wanted to
I
watch
hate
it with
that
me,
movie.
and I was just like, I don't want to watch
Look,
it.
Yeah,
just do a default when I
It's a
leave.
train wreck.
Just find a freaking Asylum film, pick it up,
Yeah, I
watch
might
it.
do
That's
that.
what you guys do every time
I
I'm
don't
gone
know.
anyway. So
I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
yeah.
Tune in next week. Maybe we'll bring in a puppy movie. I don't know.
Ooh, there are some new ones. There's Treasure Buddies.
Yeah,
There's Treasure Buddies.
true.
Quick, let's just do a random search. Just do a random search right now.
For what?
Here, let me play some nice. All
Don't
right,
play that.
we got some good game show music going on here. Let's go, Nick. Come on, pick a movie. Pick a movie.
Wheel of puppy movies. Turn.
all right,
What
I'm
sort of
Googling it.
puppy
Let's
movie
see.
will you?
Shitty movie. Okay, let's see. What's the first one that pops up? And okay, we're not watching that.
What was it? What was it?
We're not watching that.
What was it?
What are people saying you should use?
It was actually
put
Dog.
Top Gun in there. Top Gun's great.
Gun. What?
Top Gun's a good movie.
All right, let's see. Let's try this again. 10 shitty movies.
Not a lot of first.
Strike Commando.
Whoa.
Oh wait, this one sounds better. Robo War. Oh nope, can't watch this one.
Why?
That's racist.
What is it?
Let me see. I can't read that from here.
That's straight out of the blaxploitation.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Kind of want to watch
Yeah.
that, but we'll have to do way too much editing on that. So.
Oh god.
Oh, Chopping Mall. Oh man,
oh, that's.
might
I've
bring
heard
a
of that
Chopping
one.
Mall. I don't know.
I've
I don't
heard-
know. Figure it out. We'll think about it. We'll see what we can do.
Let's watch Flubber.
Flubber. God.
Oh man.
I don't know. Fuck it. I don't know. I have no idea. Just end the podcast, man.
So next week we'll watch. I don't know. Nothing.
Like, I got Ace Combat. Helicopter.
I'm going to come back and I'm going to listen to this podcast next week, and it's going to be like live Call of Duty commentary or something like that. It's stupid.
We played Call of Duty for an hour and recorded it.
Nothing's more exciting than Call of Duty podcast.
Oh, you know what we should watch?
What?
We should watch the new Ghost Rider movie. I heard that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad because I've already seen that movie. So it's not, and it's better than the first one.
Well, that's not saying that much. That's not saying much
Yeah,
at
the
all.
first one-
I'll let
pretty
you guys.
bad.
I liked it. I'll let you guys, if you guys watch it, just base your own opinion. I don't really care.
It almost sounds like he's leaving us his own work. He's like, just read it. Yeah, I mean, if you guys like it, I mean, just tell me. If you don't, I mean, I don't care.
And you know, any executive producers, that would be interested in my work, just pass it on to them. It's fine.
All right. So next
Maybe
week,
the president of HD DVD.
Next week, is it HD DVD? God damn it, Scott!
What the fuck, man?
Oh God!
And the Prince of Coax cables.
Oh yeah. All right. This is the good point to end it. All right. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week. Bye.